Okay, so I'm calling from Doha, Qatar, and oh my heart is pumping so hard.
Take your time. Take your time. It's wonderful that you know that. That's mindfulness too.
Yes. So I've been practicing mindfulness since 2013. And I have taken the MBSR for 8 times. And each time is really beautiful. Anyways, my question is, so first I want to share that when my mind gets distracted, let's say I'm cooking and I notice that my mind wandered, I take a deep breath. I say, Alhamdulillah, I'm breathing in. Alhamdulillah, I'm breathing out. And Alhamdulillah in Arabic means thanks be to God that I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. And just like that, my mind's come back to chopping the vegetables if I'm cooking or whatever I'm doing, it brings me back. So my question to you is, what is your phrase or what is the script? I don't want to call it script, but what are your words personally you use to come back? I'm curious to see what yours are. So I shared mine, which is Alhamdulillah, I'm breathing in. Alhamdulillah, I'm breathing out. Yeah. And just like that, I'm back.
Well, thank you for that. That's very touching, and it's very beautiful that you've completely integrated it into your own culture and your own religious tradition. And for me, I don't say anything. I'm just listening to my breath. So, so I don't have a phrase that I use like breathing in. Some teachers actually encourage people to say, breathing in, I feel a certain way, breathing out, I feel a certain way, or look at it, breathing out, I smile. Thich Nhat Hanh has a whole bunch of phrases doing things like that. But that's never been the way I've practiced. I just like feel the breath coming in.
Oh, okay. But you pause, obviously, but you make a pause, obviously, right?
Well, you see, we're all breathing all the time. So just paying attention is a pause without actually stopping.
Well, when I say pause, it's like, let's say I'm cooking. So I pause the cooking.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And I feel
in daily
the breath.
life. You're saying in daily life. Yeah.
Yes, in real time. So I'm cooking.
In real time.
And I just,
beautiful.
I stop the chopping. I raise my head, I breathe, and then I breathe out. Yeah. And then I come to chopping. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's beautiful. I mean, there are a lot of different ways that people do that and phrases that they use, but somehow I don't do that myself.
You don't have the phrases. I was just so curious.
I'm happy to tell you. I don't do the cognition stuff so much, where I stop and I reflect on something. I just see what's in front of me and feel the knife, the cleaver cutting the carrots, or the spatula moving the mushrooms around in the pan, and the heat, and just bringing awareness to it moment by moment by moment. If I lose my mind, if I get caught up, if something happens and so forth, then I stop and the mushrooms tell me what I need, or the carrots tell me what I need, or the knife tells me what I need.
Right.
So there's no one way to do this. I've been emphasizing this from the very beginning. It's wonderful to pause, sort of like officially just stop for a moment, and then remind yourself using a phrase of whatever kind you find helpful to gather yourself before you go back into the activity. But I'm much more in the sort of domain of fluidity where lose my mind, mind is back, lose my mind is back. And it's all part of like awareness unfolding.
Yes, I also wanted to thank you because mindfulness has literally saved my life. In 2013, I had so much stress, and yes, so thank you so much for all your work. So I am half Mexican, half Japanese, but American. So home is Tucson, and I just work here in Qatar for work.
Uh-huh.
And
But
this
you
is where
speak
I found out
Arabic, is that right?
mindfulness.
Do you
A
speak
little bit,
Arabic?
yeah, yes. And I am Muslim now, and now is the time of Ramadan, and where we fast. And in all this time, I was not able to fast just because of the thought that it was really hard for me, and because one of my nutritionists told me that I was never gonna be able to fast because sometimes I feel so tired or my blood goes down. But this year, I said I'm gonna fast moment to moment, and guess what? I'm
Mm.
still fasting, and we have 10 more days to go. And I'm really happy because now I'm not thinking about how many days. Oh, that's 30 days. No, I'm fasting moment to moment. And it's so beautiful because mindfulness has brought me so close to my religion. I was born Catholic, but now I practice Islam, and and I just love how it has made me closer to God, and
Yeah.
how I integrate it, because so many people is afraid of mindfulness, including my family back in the States. They're Catholics, and the other day I was like, let's meditate, and they're like, and so they all got changed the subject. And one of my sisters, who is really strong Catholic, she's like, no, the father is say that we're not allowed to meditate. And so then I remember that I should not push. I should just
Yeah.
I invite, and that's it. But now that I know what it is, it's just so beautiful. So thank you
Yeah, well,
so
thank
much
you. That's
from the
so
and so
beautiful, Hannah. That's you're falling awake. And
yes.
there's and you know, so there's nothing for your family either on the Catholic side or the or the Muslim side to be afraid of. Sometimes the word
Yes.
meditation, people have all sorts of ideas about what meditation is and how dangerous it is and
Yes.
everything else and how ungodly it is and everything else. But
Yes.
it's just a pure misunderstanding.
Yes.
And because you're, you know, Muslim and from, you know, living in Qatar, I will share a very short poem with you from Rumi, who, you know,
Yes.
um, Rumi is highly revered in the Muslim world, and it's just all pure wakefulness, pure mindfulness,
Yes.
you know. And this is a poem about anxiety, and there were some threads in the guided meditation about like anxiety. So we're in a situation where like, you know, if we're not feeling a little anxious or terrified, I mean, there's something wrong with us. I mean, it's like, you know, this is a very, very big challenge in the world. So this is his short poem. And remember, I've been emphasizing every morning waking up, okay? How are you waking up? Are you waking up with awareness? Are you actually going to spend a few moments in bed and feel your whole body and move
I do that.
around, you know? Okay. So today, like every other day, we wake up empty and scared. Don't open the door of your study and begin reading. Take down a musical instrument. Let the beauty we love be what we do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the earth. So you found
Mhm.
your way in the kitchen, okay, to stop, say those phrases, inviting Allah to sort of bless the moment, and then back to the cooking and chopping. There are hundreds of ways to kneel
Yes.
and kiss the earth, okay? Kiss the earth means wake up to what's called for in this moment, not
Yes.
miss life unfolding. And so that's beyond Islam. It's universal. It's beyond
Yes.
Catholicism. It's beyond Judaism, but it's not in you know, it's not a problem for any of that because they're all in some sense, you could say, different paths up the same mountain or into the same mountain of your own beauty.
Yes. And so I had always been very anxious, or I have anxiety, but since I started practicing, I know how to work with it, and I am really blessed that I found mindfulness, and I'm able to regulate, and I'm able to help myself basically. And so I am really, 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 really grateful. Thank you so much for
Well,
taking
thank
my.
you. And I'm very grateful that Soren called on you, you know, that it's like,
Yes, I know. My
yeah,
heart
very
started pumping
grateful,
so
you know.
hard, and now I'm good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.